of the after all, he's a friend, as I told you, Rahul, in the beginning.
He called you a so-called lawyer. I saw that. He called you a so-called lawyer.
Losing to him. I'm a so-called lawyer. He's a famous lawyer. I'm a so-called lawyer. I have no difficulty with that as well.
What are you making, Mr. Vikas Singh, before I let you go, of the Narcotics Control Bureau and their probe at this moment and how that impacts your clients, the Sushant Singh Rajput family? Mr. Vikas Singh.
Well, it really doesn't impact our case very much, except that if in the narcotics case it comes that Sushant was being administered some drugs without his knowledge and without his consent. So that angle will definitely affect our case. But otherwise, it's a very big case. It's a very important case. It concerns the next generation of this country, and if it is being sort of consumed in drugs, then it's a very, very sad state of affairs, and I'm sure the NCB should take corrective action as far as the drug angle is concerned.
But Mr. Manish Shinde, in the contention that he laid out, actually raised questions about your client, Mr. Vikas Singh, saying that between the 8th and the 14th, it's your clients, the sisters of Sushant Singh Rajput, who were in direct proximity to this Bollywood star, and therefore they're the ones who need to answer questions about administering drugs to him. So all the questions that you were earlier asking of Rhea Chakraborty are now being asked of your client Sushant's sisters.
Well, as I told you at the very start, that this is something which we will do in the courts and not here and not on the TV channel. So I want to be consistent on that. And you're repeatedly asking the same question, by using different words will not, sort of entice me to step into the witness box and start answering those
questions. He's invited you to the 34th floor for some Bombaya pomfret. Are you signing up at least for that?
Yes, of course I will. Of course I will go. He's invited me a long time back. It is because of the pandemic that I haven't been to Mumbai for some time. So whenever next Satishji, whenever next time in Mumbai, we'll have our...
he has his hand up. He wants to come in an interjection. I am hardly any judge or jury, but since he has his hands up, I'm going to go across and get Mr. Manish Shinde to make a quick intervention.
Rahul, yes. I said so-called family. So-called family is lawyer. Okay, don't misinterpret.
Don't worry, he's coming for the pomfret regardless.
According to the present government, there's only one family whom they're targeting.
But
according to the present government, there's only one family whom they're targeting.
I'm very curious to see, Satish Manish Shinde, how you
misinterpret things. I will never say anything adverse to my friend.
You can junk the clients, throw them under the tire, but not say anything against somebody in the bar. But I am keen on knowing how you respond to Mr. Vikas Singh's contention that the Sushant Singh Rajput case seems to be a very low priority case for the Central Bureau of Investigation, which is why, despite the CBI team and the AIMS team being in the same town, they haven't had an opportunity to meet. Do you buy that argument by Sushant's family lawyer that this is a low profile case and the CBI isn't taking it seriously, sir?
I don't think so, because Sushant Singh was a great actor and a star. Apart from that, even before the papers reached the CBI constituted a SIT, and we knew the names of the officers who were going to investigate the case, because it was all flashed by you guys in the media. So I don't think it's a low priority at all, because the entire team was stationed here in Bombay. Like I told you, all the investigations had to take place in Bombay because the jurisdiction was of Bombay. So therefore, the entire team from the CBI, including a senior officer, came to Bombay and got stationed in Mumbai till the investigations were, according to them, quite enough for them to come to a conclusion. Now, if the CBI has gone back to Delhi and they're going to take their own steps, it doesn't mean that it's a low priority case. It's according to me, I think the CBI treats every case equally, whether it's high profile or low profile.
Would you allege with Vikas Singh listening,
having dealt with the government, should be of that opinion?
Can I ask you a direct question, Mr. Satish Manish Shinde? Is it your case that the CBI has probably not found any evidence to back the charges that Vikas Singh and his clients have been putting out against your client, which is possibly why the family of Sushant Singh Rajput is now not happy with the manner in which the CBI investigation is taking its own sweet time and dragging according to them?
See, I don't know about his feelings, but the factual aspect of the matter is that Rhea Chakraborty left the house on the 8th and was not heard of or being in contact or with touch with anybody from the household including the family members from the 8th till the 14th. So I'm confident that as far as Rhea Chakraborty is concerned, she is not concerned with the immediate cause of death of Sushant Singh Rajput.
Okay, I want to just end this over here, but just say this, Mr. Vikas Singh, when you go to the 34th floor for that pomfret, just take one of our cameras along. We'd love to just see how that conversation goes and have both of you with us then in that conversation. I want to thank you for joining us.
Of course, Raj.
This is the first time we've had the family council of Sushant Singh Rajput and that of Rhea Chakraborty, and now Kshitij on the air at the same time. So for that, Vikas Singh and Satish Mane Shinde for joining us with a very, very sharp insight.